Hello students, today's lecture is very important. In today's lecture, we'll be learning how to represent rational numbers on number line. Representing rational numbers on number line. We all know how to draw a number line. It starts from 0, 0, and on right hand side we have positive numbers and on left hand side we have negative numbers. But just to ease out this process, I have written a note on the board. Students, this starting 5 minutes, please pay attention. Then you will be master in drawing the number lines and plotting the rational numbers on the number line. Pay attention very carefully. The rational number, here we are dealing with the fractions. Okay, any fraction will be given to you all and they will tell you that this fraction is a rational number, so plot it on the number line. So basically we will speak more about fractions. So any rational number of fraction which will be given to you will be of two types, either of the two types. The first type is numerator can be greater than denominator. Numerator can be greater than denominator, and this type of rational number or this type of fraction, now I will always use the word fraction. Okay, all the fractions are rational numbers. So numerator greater than denominator. For example, 90 upon 7. Here numerator is 90, denominator is 7. So numerator is greater and denominator is smaller. Minus 75 upon 17. This minus is along with the entire fraction. So just for 1 second leave this minus sign. Just forget about this minus sign. It's 75 upon 17. 75 is bigger and 17 is small. So whenever numerator is greater than the denominator, such type of fraction is called as improper fraction. This is just for your information. But the key point is whenever numerator bada ho, denominator chota ho, so at that time what we have to do, we need to convert it in mixed fraction. We need to convert a fraction in mixed fraction form. How we convert into mixed fraction form? By division. By division. Yes. So all of you just remember this note, that if a fraction given to you and in that fraction if numerator is big and denominator is small, example 90 upon 7, numerator ज़्यादा है, denominator is less, then what we have to do, we need to convert that fraction into mixed fraction. By how? By division. We divide and we convert it. We'll see that in the numericals. And such type of fraction, when numerator is big and denominator is small, is called as improper fraction. Second type of fractions will be when numerator is small than denominator. Such type of fractions are called as proper fraction. This is just for your information. So once again, when numerator is small and denominator is big, so numerator chota hai 3, denominator is big 16. This minus is associated with the entire fraction. So just for 1 second leave this minus out. Consider that there is no minus sign. So 7 is small and 93 is big. So when numerator is small and denominator is big, it is called proper fraction. And whenever we have numerator small and denominator big, very important, pay attention here, all of you on the board. Your number, your fraction, when you will plot on the number line, it will always be between 0 and 1 or 0 and minus 1. Yes, always. The biggest hint, remember this. Why? Don't rote learn it. Why? Because when you will divide in your calculators 3 divided by 16, the number will always be less than 1. The answer will be 0 point something. 7 divided by 93, answer will be 0 point something. Whenever numerator is small and denominator is big, answer always comes less than 1. It will be from 0 point something. So when you will plot any fraction on the number line in which numerator is small and denominator is big, your number will come either between 0 and 1 or it can come between 0 and minus 1. अगर positive हुआ तो it will come between 0 and 1 on the number line, and अगर negative हुआ तो it will be between 0 and minus 1. How to represent proper fractions? Proper fractions. What are proper fractions, students? The fractions in which numerator is less than denominator. Okay. Now, for example, 7 upon 13, or the negative example I can give 13 upon 99. So in this, the first step is, it's not a step, it's a fact that always a proper fraction will lie between 0 and 1 or between 0 and minus 1. If the fraction is positive, it will always lie between 0 and 1. If the fraction is negative, it will always lie between 0 and minus 1. So with that knowledge, students, can I say here 5 upon 8 is a positive fraction? So it will be between 0 and plus 1, because it's a proper fraction and a positive, very important, the positive fraction. Okay, I'll erase this note. Now everything remains same what I taught you in my previous lecture. I am teaching you all from the scratch. Pay attention carefully. So it will be between 0 and 1. Okay. Now we have to plot 5 upon 8. Now the best part about this proper fraction is we don't have to divide. If you remember in the previous lecture, I told you all first we need to divide it by the division and convert into mixed fraction. But in this proper fraction, we cannot divide because the numerator is less and denominator is higher. So now if I divide, it will be in decimals. We don't have to convert into decimals. It's a proper fraction. It's proper for us. Fine. So now straight away I plot it on the number line. Okay, I'm drawing the number line. Okay, as I know that my number will be between 0 and 1. So that's the reason I give a huge space between 0 and 1 and always draw this number line on the ruled line of your book. Okay, of course you should draw it with the help of a scale and no measurements. Don't forget to mark arrowheads at both the ends. Draw it in the entire width of your page. Don't draw it a small line. And our concerned question will be between 0 and 1. So give more space between 0 and 1. So if I say this point is my 0, this point is my 0, I say this point will be my 1, and this point will be my 2, and this point will be my minus 1. See, my concern criteria was between 0 and 1 because always the proper fraction in which numerator is less and denominator is more lies between 0 and 1 of the positive fraction. But then too we have to mark 1 extra, minus 1 here and the 2 here. And no need to take measurements and waste your time. Randomly, approximately I left some distance and I gave this as minus 1. Approximately I did as 2. And approximately I left it. No need of wasting your time. Okay. Now, the second step, which is same as we did in the previous one. We should divide our concerned criteria in the number of parts which is equal to the denominator. We should divide our concerned criteria, which is 0 and 1 in our case, because it's a proper fraction and it will be always between 0 and 1 for the positive proper fraction, and if the fraction is negative, it will be between 0 and minus 1. We will divide into equal parts depending upon the number in the denominator. Here number in the denominator is 8. That means I will divide my cake. This is my cake. I will divide my piece of cake in 8 equal parts. And I gave you one thing last time also. For example, this is a piece of cake. We are 5 friends. So I want to divide this cake into 5 equal parts. So now tell me, students, how many strokes will I cut? For example, this blue marker is like a knife. I want to cut the strokes. I want to divide my cake into 5 equal parts. So how many times will I cut the cake? I will cut the cake in 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, it's a basic thing. Because I wanted 5 equal parts, I was in need of 5 equal parts. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. So to get 5 equal parts, we have to mark 1 stroke less as from the number of parts. Because here there were 5 parts. I wanted 5 equal parts. We are 5 friends. So I deducted 1. 5 minus 1 was 4. So I had cut 4 cuts. If we were 10 friends, so then I would have cut it 9 times. If we are 100 friends, then I would have taken 99 strokes. Always we have to do minus 1 from the number of equal parts we want. Here we want 8 equal parts, so 8 minus 1 is 7. That means, students, that means we have to have cut our cake in 7 strokes. 7 times strokes I have to make it. 7 stroke करेंगे तो there will be 8 parts. Okay, randomly, just give it randomly. Okay, 7 strokes I want to have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It will happen something here and there, but it's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because I had 7 strokes here. So my 7 strokes divided my piece of cake, which is from 0 to 1, into 8 parts. See, I'm counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's it. Now see the magic, students. It's so simple. Now always starting from 0. So now we had 7 strokes. This is my first stroke, right? This is my first black color. This is my first stroke. So first stroke, and always divide. The number in the denominator will always remain same. Upon 8, 1 upon 8. I erase this. 1 upon 8. Why 1? This is my first stroke. So 1 upon 8, because we had 8 equal parts. 2 upon 8. This is the second stroke out of 8 equal parts. 3 upon 8. 4 upon 8. 5 upon 8. 6 upon 8. 7 upon 8. What we want, students, what we want. This is our answer. 5 upon 8. That's it. And we have not reduced it. So this is only our answer, 5 upon 8. So what maximum I can do is I can just circle it around. The best thing will be, don't make small number line. Leave huge space. Occupy the entire width. So maximum area you give between 0 and 1. So a good amount of space should be there between fractions. So your answer should be seen clearly. Everything on the number line should be with pencil. Okay, please pause the video, students, and do it fast. The next question is, we need to represent minus 1 upon 12. Once again, students, see here. In this lecture, we are doing all the proper fractions. Once again, just leave this minus. 1 is less and 12 is more. Okay, so here we have numerator 1, which is less as compared to denominator. So it's a proper fraction. So whenever we have proper fraction, it's for sure that fraction will be plotted either between 0 and 1 or between 0 and minus 1. If a positive fraction, then it will be plotted between 0 and 1. But here we have negative fraction, so it will be between, you have to write it, between 0 and minus 1. It will be between 0 and minus 1. That's it. So we got the criteria. And you know, students, that first step is here just to get the criteria. And the next is the denominator decides. This is the reduced form. इससे ज़्यादा reduced नहीं हो सकता है. The denominator will decide कि कितने parts में, कितने equal parts में we have to divide a piece of cake. Our criteria between 0 and minus 1. So now we need to divide in 12 parts. Okay, so let's draw a beautiful number line on the ruled line of our notebook. Okay, and be careful, it's a minus 1. So minus comes on the left hand side. So deliberately I'm writing here as 0, and I'm writing here as 1, and I'm writing here as on the left hand side of 0 it comes minus 1, and here I'll write minus 2, and here I'll write 1. Okay, so you should cover the entire width of your page. Don't draw small number lines. Then this is my criteria from 0 to minus 1. See, this time I drew a big one. Why? Because I know the fact I need to divide into equal parts, and those equal parts is always equal to my number in the denominator. So I have to make 12 equal parts. We are 12 friends. We have to have 12 equal pieces of cake. Yes, but one extra number, minus 2 over here and one extra over there, 1. Okay, great, amazing. Now students, it's time to cut the cake. So I want to, this is my cake. I want to have 12 equal pieces. So 12 minus 1 is 11. So that means this is my knife. So I will cut 11 strokes. If I will cut 11 strokes, then only students, I can get 12 equal parts. Okay, 11, okay. Randomly in between, just randomly, I'll say this is my first stroke. Okay, first stroke, this is my first stroke. Then I'll say this is my one stroke. So out of 11, one stroke is done. Now I can say 5 strokes will come here and 5 strokes will come here. This is how you should make up your mind. Okay, now 5 strokes I want here, 5 strokes I want here. So let's say I make 1 stroke here and 1 stroke here. 5 strokes I wanted here on the left hand side, 5 strokes I wanted on this side. Okay, now I mark, this is 5 strokes I want here, but I have marked 1 here. So 2 here and 2 here. Now let's count. See this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is my 5 strokes. This is the center one which I had made initially. And here also I want 5. Okay. 1, 2, here, 2 here. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyhow you can do. I'm just making up my things. In short, between 0 and -1, you should have 11 strokes to get 12 equal parts. That's it. That's it. See, let's count. 1, 2, first stroke, second stroke, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th. 11 strokes. Purple colors are the strokes. Okay, so 11 strokes will give me 12 equal parts. Let's count the number of parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, amazing, amazing. And it's negative now. So now can I say -1 upon 12, the first one. If I write all the fractions here down, I have no place. So I'll do alternate. 1 down, 1 up, 1 down, 1 up. This will be -2 upon 12. This will be -3 upon 12. This will be -4 upon 12. First stroke, so for 1 upon 12 because there are 12 equal parts. And minus because we are on the left hand side. This is the second stroke, so 2 in the numerator and 12 because we have 12 equal parts. It's a second out of 12. Minus because it's on the left hand side. Minus is just because it's on the left hand side. -3 upon 12. This is -4 upon 12. This is -5 upon 12. This is -6 upon 12. This is -7 upon 12. This is -8 upon 12. This is -9 upon 12. This is -10 upon 12. And this will be -11 upon 12. And if you move ahead, this will be -12 upon 12, and 12 cancels. It's -1. But we'll not do that. Okay. Just to explain you, I have marked the things. But students, where is our answer? We got actually the answer. Our answer is here only. This is the answer. Hope you got. This is my answer. -1 upon 12. I'll circle it out. Okay. Now the next question in your mind will be, sir, should we write so much because we got the answer in the first stroke only? I'll tell you that if you don't write these fractions, your marks will not be deducted. But it's an ideal way, a good way to write the values of all the strokes. And of course, a teacher in the exam will definitely count the number of strokes. We will count that. If the number of strokes are not 11, that is, there are no 12 equal parts, and just randomly you have marked only one stroke and gave it -1 upon 12, then that will be wrong. Okay. Hope you understood. Please pause the video and do it. Question number 11. The last question of your exercise. In the textbook, in this question number 11, one single number line is given. It's a big number line. Okay. So what I have done, on the right hand side we have this positive things, and on the left hand side we have this negative things. So I have just breaked that number line because it was not possible for me to draw the entire number line. Okay, so I have copied the question. Everything you see on the board is just from the textbook. I have copied the textbook. The only difference is I have break the number line. It's a big number line. The positive numbers from right hand side of 0, it's here, and the negative numbers left hand side of 0 is here. That's it. And entire same thing I have copied on the board. Now let's first do the first part of the number line, and then let's do the second part. Okay, now it's mentioned in the question, students, very important, that AB is equal to BC is equal to CX. AB is this part, this AB is equal to this BC is equal to CX. AB, this part, is equal to BC, and this is equal to CX. What does this mean? This means, students, if you remember our story of cake, this means, students, that this time our concerned criteria is between -2 and 3, because we are dividing the domain, the range, our criteria -2 and -3, -2 and -3, this criteria in 3 equal parts, first, second and third. So when we divide, which sector we divide into equal parts? The concerned criteria. In our case, our concerned criteria is between -2 and -3, which is between X and A. So I have to divide the cake. My piece of cake starts from -2 and ends at -3, and there are 3 equal parts, 1, 2 and 3. Great. So whatever we think and how we divide, they have already given to us. So it's so simple. Just looking at the question, it feels that it's very difficult question. Okay. Then they are asking us what's the value of B and C. We have to find the values of B and C. Once again, students, this whatever thing is on the board, they have given to us that this part is equal to this part is equal to this part. Can I say 3 parts of the cakes are equal? How come? I am asking you. You just backtrack your mind. कैसे हुआ? How come you got this piece of cake which starts from -2 and ends at -3? How come you got 3 parts equal? Because you will say, sir, we had cut the cake into 2 strokes. This is my first stroke, this is my second stroke. 2 पीस में नाइफ से, this is नाइफ, तो फर्स्ट बार कट किए और सेकंड बार कट किए, 2 बार कट किए तो 3 पार्ट्स मिले. ऐसे ही करते हैं ना हम लोग, ठीक है. So can I say this is my first stroke, so I'll write here 1. This is my second stroke, so I'll write here 2. And I told you, always divide in the denominator what will come? The number of equal parts obtained. ये न्यूमरेटर में हमारे कट वाला स्ट्रोक का काउंटिंग है. फर्स्ट बार कट किया तो 1, सेकेंड बार कट किया तो 2, एंड व्हाट हैपेंड? वी गॉट 3 इक्वल पार्ट्स, फर्स्ट, सेकेंड एंड थर्ड. सो डिवाइड 3 like this. Don't forget, students, we are on the negative side. Okay, this is my 1/3 stroke. This stroke divides the cake which starts from -2 and ends at -3 into 1/3 part. This is 1/3 part, and this is big part. Okay, this is 2/3 part. Okay, like that. Now, students, we wanted the value of B and C. So just don't tell like this. Please, I request you, don't tell like this. This sum is very important. Don't tell like this, that this 2/3 is the value of B. No. 1/3 is value of C. No. See, this minus, what does it indicates? That we are on the left hand side of 0. Okay, but can I say, just don't see this minus sign. I request you, don't see this minus sign. After 2, we are increasing, we are adding up one more piece so that I can get 1/3. If my 2 is here, till here, my 2 is the value of X. For a second, just don't see this minus sign. 2 is the value of X. So if I add this part, which is 1/3, to 2, then only I can reach C. Okay, I know it's a minus. Minus just shows the direction. लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे गए इसलिए माइनस आया. ठीक है, नंबर लाइन पे लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे गए तो माइनस आया. फिलहाल के लिए द वैल्यू ऑफ एक्स इज 2. सो इफ आई एड वन स्मॉल पार्ट टू दिस 2, देन ओनली आई कैन रीच एट पॉइंट सी. सो कैन आई से आई हैव टू इंक्रीज, कुछ ऐड किए 2 में, देन ओनली वी रीच टिल हियर. सो स्टूडेंट्स, नाउ आई एम राइटिंग हियर. कैन आई से दिस विल बी 2 1/3, 2 1/3. 2 के एक्स्ट्रा 1/3, और यहाँ क्या हो जाएगा? दिस विल बी 2 से एक्स्ट्रा क्या किए? 2 2/3. ये 2 यहाँ पे था इसलिए वी कॉपीड दिस 2. ये 2 यहाँ पे था इसलिए वी कॉपीड दिस 2. 1/3 कॉपीड एज इट इज, 2/3 कॉपीड एज इट इज. Once again I explain you, don't see the minus sign. Minus क्यों आया? Because 0 के लेफ्ट पर है, माइनस को भूल जाओ. Here we have 2. 2 is the value of x. How to reach C? To reach till C, we have to add extra part. Kitna extra we have to add? 1 upon 3. So 2 and additional 1 upon 3. To reach this at this point B, 2 was still here. How many parts we added? We added 2 upon 3 parts. So 2 ke extra 2 upon 3 we added, then only we reach till B. Okay, and because we are on the left hand side, so to indicate that we are on the left hand side, we apply minus. And this mixed fraction can be converted into improper fraction. 3 to the 6, 6 plus 2 is 8. Denominator remains same, 8 upon 3. 3 to the 6 plus 1, 7 upon 3. Don't forget to have the minus sign. So students, we got what we got. The value of B is how much? Value of B is 8 upon 3 and value of C is minus 7 upon 3. So we'll write B is equal to minus 8 upon 3 and C is equal to minus 7 upon 3. Hope you understood, students. Pause the video and complete it fast. Now the same thing, students, over here. Now if you see, here we have 0 and here we have 1. Sorry, after 0 I have 1 here and here I have 2. That means whatever is the case over here is just between D and I. D is like 1 for us and I is like 2 for us. So between 1 and 2 or whatever is happening over here. So can I say here a piece of cake is between 1 and 2? Okay. What we are doing? We are cutting equal pieces. It's given here. DE is equal to EF is equal to FG. All are equal. Equal pieces we are cutting. Okay. Can I say so a piece of cake which starts from 1 and ends at 2 we have cut into equal parts. How many equal parts? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 equal parts. So 5 equal parts cut हुए हैं between 1 and 2. So our concern criteria is between 1 and 2. This is a piece of cake. We have divided a piece of cake into 5 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So to cut 5 equal parts, can I say, students, can I say I need to have a stroke with a knife 4 times? 4 times knife से cut करेंगे तो 5 equal parts बनेंगे. So this will be my first stroke, second stroke, third stroke, fourth stroke. 4 times if I cut, then only I'll get 5 equal parts. This is my first stroke. My first stroke. So first stroke upon 5. Why upon 5 came? Because this is the first stroke, so 1 came. And why upon 5 came? Because we have divided into 5 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be 2 upon 5, 3 upon 5, 4 upon 5. Now students, you tell me, will this be the answer, that E ka answer is 1 upon 5? No. See, D was 1. Value of D is 1. So how we reached E? We added extra 1 upon 5 to D. So we covered extra distance. This much extra distance we covered after D to reach till E. We were first at D, which is the value of D was 1. When we covered this much distance, how much distance we covered? We covered a distance of 1 upon 5. Then we reached till E. So can I say after adding 1 upon 5 to 1, then we reached till E. So extra, after 1 we have to add extra 1 upon 5. Then only we can reach till E. So here the answer will be here 1 and 1 upon 5. 1 के बाद में extra 1 upon 5. What will be here? After 1, 2 upon 5. Here, after 1, 3 upon 5. Here, after 1, 4 upon 5. Hope you all are understanding, students. And now, this are the mixed fractions. So, value of this will be 5 ones are 5 plus 1 6. 6 upon 5. 5 ones are 5 plus 2 7 upon 5. Denominator remains same. 5 ones are 5 plus 3 8 upon 5. 5 ones are 5 plus 4 9 upon 5. Understanding? So students, we got the values. So we can write it over here. Value of E is how much? Value of E is 6 upon 5. Value of F is how much? 7 upon 5. Value of G is 8 upon 5. value of h is 9 upon 5. So this is our answer, students. Please do it first.